Shalom.
Shalom.
Welcome to another video. And as always, before we get started, we want to give our praise, our honor, and our glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakodash, and double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, peace, blessings, and safety. To all you sincere Akim, keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. All right, so this is going to be another weekly class. All right, on how do we know America is Babylon? All right, and we got, let's see, I got 6 points. Okay, one, Russia is prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III. Two, the Israelites, all 12 tribes, are in Babylon at the end, and they went into captivity there and shall be delivered from there. Point number 3 is Babylon is a nation of the earth that everyone admires and follows. Point number 4, Babylon is known for its military might. Number 5, Babylon is known as the most proud. And number 7, it's prophesied for the allies to turn on it. Okay, so we're going to go into, number 6, we're going to go into all those 6 points. All right, so we'll start off with point number 1, okay, that Russia is prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III. All right, brother, if you could get Ezekiel 38. Chapter 38, verses 2. I'll have you start read verses 2 through 12. All right, and if you don't know, Babylon is the place of final judgment. Okay, according to biblical prophecy. All right, that's the main place of the Heavenly Father's judgment. All right, so it's known as Mystery Babylon, also known as the daughter of Babylon, but it's not a mystery. It is without a doubt America. Okay, so we're going to read the prophecies going into that. Like I said, start with point 1. Okay, Russia is prophesied to go up against the daughter of Babylon in World War III. Start off with Ezekiel 38, read verses 2 through 12.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 2. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Right, Gog is Russia, Magog is the land of Russia. Right. Ezekiel 38 and 3 says, And say, Thus said the Lord God Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, modern day swords. All right, being a swords is weapons or instruments of death. Or these modern day swords include these firearms, these fighter jets, these drones, all right, intercontinental ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles, so forth. All right. Verse 5 says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. All right.
Yep. So these are instruments of war. All right. Shield and helmet represents, defense from war, because the way that this world is going to go out is by World War III. All right.
All right, in verse 5 it speaks about Persia, all right, in reference to the Iranians, all right, of the nation of Elam. Hence, Persia mentioned here, Ethiopia, Libya, referring to Ham, the so-called modern-day Africans. Verse 6 says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee, all right. And Gomer is referring to Turkey, all right, which is why even though Turkey, has was siding with the Israelis, the Amalekites, all right, in terms of turning Syria over to them, all right, it's prophesied here that they're going to be under, they're going to join the ranks of Russia.
Which right? we see that already, because Turkey, if I'm not mistaken, is trying to pretty much get out of being a part of the NATO.
Okay.
Right, Turkey's a part of NATO right now, but according to biblical prophecy, Revelation 17th chapter, which we're going to get into. All right, the nations of the beast system, which the beast system is talking about the European power structure, all right, which is pretty much America, NATO, and the EU. All right, the nations that are a part of NATO and the EU are going to turn on America, and they're going to shoot missiles upon it. All right, but this is we're seeing the beginning stages of that. Turkey is a part of NATO, but at the same time, Turkey is also trying to get out of NATO and really trying to join up with Russia, because for one, you got the BRICS nations. They're getting, the world can see that America is getting weaker, and that the currency is getting ready to be, greatly devalued. All right, and then also that a lot of nations are in fear because they know that Russia and China have the ability to overtake the West. All right, so they're going to start picking sides. And then on top of that, you also have the Israelis, the 1948ers, which they are, causing a lot of chaos over there in Asia Minor, with which the world calls the Middle East. All right, and that's causing people to choose a side as well. You're either going to back the Israelis, which is the West, or you're going to the head of the West, or you're going to back the Eastern nations, Russia and China. All right,
that's right.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 38:7. It says, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, be thou guarded to them." And this is actually what she's going to be to these nations seeking refuge under them from the influence of the wine of fornication, the modern day Western philosophy of America, and how America has been compromising their sovereignty, all right, with their wine, dictating how they should run their own respective governments, all right, in which they've been America, the whore has been doing this, through these various war provocations, including through the geoeconomical in the geoeconomical sense, through the tariffs and the sanctions and whatnot, all right, and this is why these nations looking to get away from the global leverage of the petrodollar, all right, and just in general, remove any dealings they have with the whore America, Babylon the Great, which is why a lot of these nations are going to be under the guard of Russia, as is prophesied here. All right. So Ezekiel 38:8 says, "After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them." Verse 9 says, "Thou shalt send and come like a storm, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee."
Also, I want to say that in that verse 8, okay, they're going to go against the mountains of Israel. All right, well, they're going to go against the camp of the saints as well, which is the Holy Land. But the Israelites are primarily in Babylon the Great. Okay, and they're going to come against where the Israelites are, all right, where they're at ease. Okay, so I just want to say that as well. And they're going to come with the company of nations. All right, once again, this is what we know of as Armageddon, Armageddon, which means a mountain of troops. Okay, so they're going to have all the Eastern nations headed by Russia, Gog and Magog. Okay, and they're going to come up against, America, which is Babylon the Great, the place where the Israelites dwell. All right.
Okay, I got a quick precept on that.
Yep.
It's Revelation 20, verse 9. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "When 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison." All right, and that's going into the descendants or the physical counterpart of Satan. All right, being the Edomites, because that old ancient dragon called the serpent, mentioned in Revelation 12 chapter, is a reference to the same individual reference as Satan here in the context of prophecy, and that's talking about the self-proclaimed white man. All right.
Yep.
So and he was loosed after 1,000 years of rulership under mainly the Southern Kingdom. All right, during the Byzantine Empire.
Yep. He was bound for 1,000 years during that time, which the world knows of as the Dark Ages. Okay, and then you had the Renaissance, the rebirth. All right, so that word Renaissance means, and that's when he was loosed out of his prison. Okay.
Yep. There's verse 8 says, "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the land of the sea." And here's the point of verse 9. It says, "And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city," which is the land of Israel.
Right. Yep. But when that beast, it said he went out and to deceive the nations. They did that through the Roman iconoclasm, pushing Edomite supremacy. They changed the names of all the nations. People don't go by the biblical names of their nations anymore. They go by different names like Mexican, African. This has caused a lot of confusion because now you don't know who's who according to biblical prophecy, and that's part of that great deception. All right, so I just want to bring that out.
Okay. All right, so verse 9 from the top, it says, "And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shemi Shai, out of heaven and devoured them." All right, so the land of Israel that has been compassed by or infiltrated by the Gentiles in St. Luke, the 21st chapter, referring to them condom hats over there. All right, the wall humpers claim to be the Lord's chosen. All right, so that land that they're dwelling in, according to this prophecy, is going to be burnt up. And that lines up what we just read in Ezekiel 38 chapter.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Luke 21:24 says that the Gentiles shall trot, Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So yeah, the people over there, okay, they're going to be the camp of the saints, which is the land of Israel. They're going to be burnt out of there, and people will say, oh well, Israel, the land of Israel is Babylon the Great, but no, it's not, because it tells you in Isaiah 13th chapter that the daughter of Babylon the Great, will never be inhabited again. And the land of Israel will be inhabited again, because that's where the true descendants of Jacob are going to go back to after the destruction. Okay, so the land of Israel is not the daughter of Babylon. Couldn't possibly be. All right, just for that sake alone, because the daughter of Babylon is prophesied to be destroyed by fire, never to be inhabited again. All right, so a lot of people say, some people say it's the land of Israel. It's not. Some people say it's the Vatican. It's not. And like I said, we're going to prove that. Okay, well, for one, what we're bringing out is that Russia, Gog, Gog, and the land of Russia, Magog, are going to go to war against the daughter of Babylon. They're not going to go to war against the Vatican. Okay, they're going to war against America. All right, but you still in Ezekiel 38?
Back in Ezekiel 38 and 10, it says, "Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." All right, and that evil thought is entered into the mighty the mighty king of Gog, okay, of Magog, shall I say, Magog being the land of Russia. All right, so in the Gog representing Russia, and the mighty king of Gog is Putin. All right, so that evil thought is entered into his mind in terms of conspiring destruction against the whore America, Babylon the Great, for provoking Russia and their allies into war. All right, and that's why you had the former president, the former Russian president Dmitry Medvedev, who's constantly spewing all kinds of war rhetoric towards America, Babylon the Great, to be destroyed and whatnot. So that's part of that evil thought that's entered to the mind of these Russians.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Verse 11 says, "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates."
Right. And where is that place? That's America. Okay. Though America is the only land, or the only country in the world that everyone is at rest. Has never seen war on its turf. All right. Well, not, at least not a foreign invasion. We've had civil war, but for the most part, people here, they're at ease. They don't worry about anything. They don't stress. They don't think that there ever could be war or chaos could ever pop off here in Babylon the Great. Okay. Also, the land of unwalled villages also represents, them feeling like they're comfortable. Nothing's ever going to happen. Okay.
Verse 12 says, "To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land."
Right. So that's the thought that's going to come upon them. Russia and these other nations, okay, are having that mindset of they're going to come to America and they're going to spoil this place. We've already pretty much seen an invasion of foreigners, that have came in this land through the southern and northern borders. Over 10 million of them in the past few years and counting. All right, that's just what they know of. Okay, but this is, once again, it's all spearheaded, by Russia, China, North Korea, but primarily Russia. And this tells you who it's talking about. And also it says here, upon the people that are gathered out of the nations. Okay, where does everyone in the world want to come to? Okay, they all come to America. This is what they call the big melting pot. All right, that's how you know this is another characteristic of Babylon the Great. Okay, the place that Russia is going to go to war against. All right, so we're going to move on to Salakia. We're going to move on to the next scripture. All right, about Russia being prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III. If you could get Jeremiah 50. Actually, I'll go ahead and get it right quick. Okay, so this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. We just read Ezekiel 38 that Gog is going to grab a company of nations to go with it to battle. All right, this is Jeremiah 50. I'm going to start and read verses 1 through 3. It says, "The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. Okay, so once again, who is it prophesied against? Babylon, and against the land of the Chaldeans. All right, it said there shall come a nation out of the north. This is talking about Russia. All right, which shall make her land desolate. How is that going to happen? By nuclear missiles in World War III. And I'm going to skip down. Okay, I'm going to read verses 9 through 16. Okay, and this is that company of nations that we're reading about in Ezekiel 38 that's going to be joined with Russia. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 9, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, an assembly, okay, so multiple, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken, and their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. These arrows are the missiles. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, all that spoil horse shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Bashmi Shai, which we just read in Ezekiel 38, that verse 12, okay, that the nations are looking to spoil this place. All right, it says, Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Okay, why are they known as the destroyers of their heritage? Because according to the prophecy, which that'll be our second point, all right, that we're going to later on, all right, is that the Israelites came to Babylon to be in captivity. This is the land of their captivity until the Lord comes back. It says, so they're destroyers of the Lord's heritage. They destroyed the Israelites. It says, Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. The hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Our hindermost, the farthest away from the rest of the world. That's America. The Vatican is not far away from the rest of the world. Okay, neither is the land of Israel. Okay, no, America is the hindermost nation, the farthest away.
Right.
All right. It's not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about America, daughter of Babylon. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all her plagues.
That's what I don't know. The previous point you made, it's like it, and that's why the so-called Eastern Hemisphere, you predominantly composed of Europe. You know what I'm saying? Or consisting of Europe is known as the common world. You see what I'm saying? Just to expound on that point.
Right.
America is not a part of that the common world, if you will.
Right.
All right, because at one point in time, case in point, everyone had dwelt in the Eastern Hemisphere. All right, just so you got to add on to what the brother was bringing out, part of the hindermost part of the world, referring to America because of that. All right.
Yep. Continuing on, Jeremiah 50 and verse 13. Actually, I just read that, Salakia. It said that the land would be desolate, right? Which people, this is not ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon is modern day Iraq.
Right.
Okay, and there's still people there today. There's cities and everything there today. So this is talking about a future judgment of the daughter of Babylon. It says, Put yourselves in array against her round about. Salakia. Put yourselves in array against her round about. All ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her and spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord, all you that have nuclear capabilities. All right, it says, shoot against her, shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord to take vengeance upon her, as she hath done do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. And here's point, verse 17. Okay, it says, Israel is a scattered sheep, the lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria hath devoured him, and last this king Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon hath broken his bones. Obviously Nebuchadnezzar is not alive.
Right.
All right. Okay, this is talking about it's talking about a future judgment, because Nebuchadnezzar represents the king of Babylon today. That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's broken the bone to the saints, meaning he's devoured them. He's destroyed them. Okay, and the Lord is going to bring that judgment upon Babylon and the king of Babylon, which is Esau, all right, the so-called white man. But it says at the last, which means what? That means the children of Israel, okay, will be in Babylon when they're delivered. Okay, so and the children of Israel have not been delivered yet. If they had been delivered, they'd be in the kingdom. Even if you think that the Israelis are the actual children of Israel, they're not in safety yet. According to biblical prophecy, they're still supposed to be in Babylon right now as we speak.
Right.
Okay. And once again, we just proved that it's not the land of Israel. Okay, it couldn't be, because why? The land of the land of Babylon is supposed to be never inhabited again, is what we just read. The land of Israel will be inhabited because it's going to be rebuilt, and the children of Israel are going to inherit it according to prophecy. So no, okay, the land of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, has to be America. That's really the only place it could be.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you could, brother, go to Isaiah 13.
Okay. Start from the top. So like this is Isaiah 13:1. It says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain, exalt a voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles." All right, and the gates of the nobles is referring, of the nobility of Edom, and that's why we stand out. As it says, the wisdom of Solomon 5:1. We stand before them, all right, with great boldness.
Yep.
Okay, it also says in Job 21:30 how we make them, we make them aware of their offenses against us, roughly paraphrasing.
Yep.
All right. So Isaiah 13:3 says, "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, Yahweh by Shem Eshai of hosts, must with the host of the battle."
And if I may, this is going into that army spoken of in Joel the 2nd chapter, all right, which is likened, the nuclear fire is likened unto an army of men, and this is also, I think, spoken of in Revelation. I can't remember exactly where. It talks about their Revelation the 9th chapter maybe. Okay, but this army is not talking about. This is not actually talking about Russia itself. It's talking about the fire. It's like when the missiles hit, it's going to look like a wave of fire that's just destroying everything. Like I said, it's spoken of in Joel the 2nd chapter. I just wanted to say that, but
Yeah, but if you're referring to Armageddon 1, it does further. It is Revelation 19 chapter. It speaks about how Yahweh Shai is going to he's going to go to war with these other nations. All right, is it
no, I found it. What I'm told, I was actually referencing was Revelation 9. Okay, it talks about. I'm just going to read it quick, brief. Revelation 9 and verse 15. "And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that third part of men is talking about Esau, because you have 3 different classes of men on the earth. You have Jacob, the sons of the righteous. You have Esau, the sons of the wicked, and you have the sons of men, which are the heathens. All right. So that third part of men that the missiles are specifically for are the Edomites. It says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." That's 2 million. That's why we say 2 million nuclear warheads.
200 million.
200, excuse me, yep.
Sure.
"And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of descent and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, smoke, and brimstone." Okay, this is, once again, this is the army of fire. Okay, that it's imagery right here, because that's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna, like, if you were seeing an army raid a city, it's just like a wave of men that come. This is what he's describing, but it's really talking about the fire, the nuclear missiles. When they hit, it's gonna be like a wave of fire, just burns everything. Okay, if you want further imagery, you can find it in Joel the 2nd chapter. Okay, all right, so like it.
This is back in Isaiah 13:5, and it says, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Eshai, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land." And why, with these weapons to come from a far country? Because they are the intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is self-explanatory. Missiles that can travel from one continent to another. All right.
Yep, shot from Russia.
That's right.
Russia and the host of nations, as we just read in Jeremiah 50.
God, and that's why Revelation 18 chapter is prophesied how America, Babylon, the Great will be destroyed in 1 hour.
That's it.
Because of the capability of these weapons.
And we just read that in Revelation 9 as well. It's that the army was prepared for a day, for an hour, et cetera, et cetera.
Isaiah 13:6 says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Eshai is at hand, and shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Right, they're literally going to be on fire. Okay, literally. All right, this is from the nuclear missiles, the same arrows that we read about in Jeremiah 50. You know, all you that bend the bow, spare no arrows. Okay, this is what it's talking about. Not actual physical bow and arrow like archery. No, nuclear missiles. Okay, all right.
This is verse
9.
Verse 9 says, "Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yeshai cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible."
That's it. Yep. Right, and that's how's he going to do that? This is the final. This is what we're talking about. The judgment of Babylon is the final judgment, on the earth. You know, the beginning of the final judgment, really, because there's going to be many things that happen after that for the heathen nations. But if you could skip down to verse 14.
Verse 14 says, "And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land."
And we read that in Ezekiel 38 as well. Said the same thing. Okay, said that when the war came, and everyone would flee and turn to his own people. All right, they would go into their own lands. So this is the same prophecy here. Okay, all right, keep reading.
As verse 15 says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished."
See, these are the evil thoughts that it said in Ezekiel 38, that the land of Gog and Magog, Gog and the land of Magog, with the company of nations. These are the evil thoughts that would come into their mind to go into the land of unwalled villages, where they dwell carelessly and spoil. Okay, this is what we're reading right here. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. This is going to be the first time that Babylon the Great, America, is going to be attacked internally from an external nation, from an external army. Okay, and this is what they're going to do. They're not going to show any mercy. All right, and this was not ancient Babylon, which if we keep reading, it's going to prove that. This is talking about modern day Babylon. All right.
Verse 17 says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it."
And the Medes, the Persians and the Medes, is modern day Iranians, sons of Elam. But also, if you read the historical accounts in ancient Babylon, okay, the Medes, the Persians and the Medes were the ones who took down ancient Babylon. They could be the same ones spiritually to take down modern day Babylon. Okay, Russia is playing that role of the Persians and the Medes. But of course, you have the actual Persians and the Medes. The Iranians are going to be joined with Russia. Like I said, a company of nations. They're going to rise up against Babylon. Okay, against America.
Verse 19 says, verse 18, Salakia, says, "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." Verse 19, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah."
That's it, right? And that didn't happen in ancient Babylon. This is what's going to happen in modern day Babylon. Okay, and get verse 20 as well.
Verse 20 says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there."
And see, that's how you know it's not ancient Babylon, modern day Babylon, a future judgment. Okay, and once again, it said the land will never be inhabited. That disqualifies the land of Israel as being Babylon. Okay, it's talking about America. All right, this is the land that the nations are going to go to war against. Okay, Armageddon. Okay, once again, Gog, the land of Russia, and the main adversary to that is Babylon the Great, and the main adversary to Russia is America. It just makes sense. Okay, so that's point number one. We're going to move on to point number two, and we're going to make this video 2 parts actually. We're just going to get the first 3 points in this video, we'll get the second 3 points in the next. But okay, once again, just to reiterate what we went over. Okay, Russia is prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III or in Armageddon. Okay, and who is Russia mainly going up against? America. So America is Babylon. All right. Point number 2. Okay, can you give me Micah 4 and 10? Okay, the Israelites, all 12 tribes, are in Babylon at the end, and they went into captivity there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that in Micah 4 and 10. It just tells you straightly playing out that thou shalt go into captivity in Babylon, and from there shalt thou be delivered. When are the Israelites going to be delivered? When the Lord comes back. Okay, so wherever the Israelites are in the last days, that's Babylon the Great. Now, where's the Great Awakening happening from? That was prophesied in the Bible. It's happening in America. It's not happening in Africa or in the land of Israel. They're not awakening the shit over there. Okay, they're just being a bunch of damn devils because they're Edomites. It's not prophesied that the Israelites would be in their land until the Lord comes back. All right. So wherever the Israelites are today, the actual Israelites, okay, is Babylon the Great. Go ahead and bring that out.
God, this is Micah chapter 4 and verse 10. It says, "Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. Right. There the Lord, Yahweh by Shemeshai, shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies."
Boom. Okay, and that's a major cut to the Israelis right there. Okay. It said, "There shalt thou be delivered, and there shalt thou be delivered out of the hands of thine enemies." Okay, the Israelis have all kind of enemies surrounding them that want to blow them off the map. All right, and are they in Babylon? No, they couldn't be. We just proved it. Well, for one, the Lord said that the Jerusalem will be trodden down of the Gentiles, right, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So there's no way the people over there are the Israelis. Are the Israelites? Excuse me. All right, and the Israelites are supposed to be delivered out of Babylon before they go back to their land. When did that happen? It hasn't happened yet because the actual Israelites are still in captivity, right, until the Lord comes back. Okay, I'm gonna get, if you could, get Jeremiah 16. Okay, now another land for Babylon, another name for the land of Babylon, or Babylon the Great, daughter of Babylon, is the land of the north. Okay, so I'm going to get this right quick. The book of Zechariah, chapter 2, I'm going to read verses 6 and 7. It says, "Ho, ho, and come forth, and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord." So yes, the Israelites are spread abroad, but where are they mostly at? The land of the north. It says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon." Okay, so where are the Israelites at? The land of the north, also known of as the daughter of Babylon, where it says they're going to be delivered out of. Okay, give me Jeremiah 16, verses 14 and 15.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. It says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." Verse 5 says, "But the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers."
Right. Okay. So we just showed you the land of the north and the daughter of Babylon is the same thing. Okay. The Lord said, "It shall be no more said. It should no more said that I will deliver you." Excuse me. It should no more be said, "The Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." That's referring to the ancient deliverance with Moses going out of ancient Egypt and going to the wilderness and eventually to the promised land. Okay. It says, "But it shall be said," verse 15, "The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north," which is the daughter of Babylon. We just proved that, connected the two. Okay. "And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers." So the reason why it's no more going to be spoken of, the ancient deliverance, is because there's going to be a second deliverance that's much more miraculous, that's greater. All right. When did that happen? Hasn't happened yet. Okay. That is a future prophecy. And it doesn't happen until the Lord comes back. Let's go ahead and get that right quick. Okay. Jeremiah 23 and verse 5. "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days shall Judah be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness." In his days. This is talking about Yahushua. It's talking about the deliverer. "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, The Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed. He led the seed himself out of the seed of the house of Israel, out of the north country, and from all the countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Okay, so the Israelites don't go back to their land until Yahushua returns, the one who they ignorantly call Jesus. Okay, but before that, where are they at? They're in Babylon. Okay, so where are the Israelites today? They're mostly all in America. This is where the Israelite awakening has happened. Further proof, okay, that America is Babylon. That's what we're proving here. That's the main point of this video. Okay, so that's point number 2. Just to reiterate, what did we go over once again? Okay, point number 1, that Russia is prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III. Who is the main adversary of Russia? The United States of America. Okay. So the United States is Babylon. Okay. Point number 2, the Israelites are prophesied to be in Babylon at the time of the end. Where are the Israelites at? Where is the Great Awakening? They couldn't possibly be in their land,
right?
Because they're not supposed to be in their land until Yahushua comes back. Okay. So where are they at? The Israelites are in America. All right. Because the people over there right now, they couldn't be the Israelites. Okay, because they're not supposed to go back until the Lord comes. Okay, so that's point number 1 and 2. Okay, Israelites are in Babylon. The Israelites are in America. America's Babylon. Let's move on to point number 3, and this will be our last point for this part 1. We'll do a part 2 later on next week. Point number 3 is Babylon is the nation of the earth that everyone admires and follows. Okay, I'll get the first one. If you could, give me 2 Ezra 15. Okay, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna get Isaiah 47. I'm just going to kind of bounce around in it. Okay, Isaiah 47 is another chapter going into the daughter of Babylon. Okay, so I'll start off from the top. Isaiah 47 and 1. All right, once again, we're proving that Babylon this is another characteristic of Babylon, and one way to identify it is that it's a nation that everybody admires and follows after. Okay, the whole world follows the ways of Babylon. It's Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right, so this is addressing the daughter of Babylon as we're reading. Okay, I'm going to skip down to verse 5. It says, sit thou silent and get into darkness. Get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. All right, I'm going to skip down once again. I'm going to read verses 7 through 9. Actually, matter of fact, I'll read 6 through 9. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Okay, this is a very important point. 1, it proves what we just said about the Israelites going into captivity and being the daughter of Babylon at the end, where they're going to be delivered from. But point number 2 is that it proves that the Vatican is not the daughter of Babylon, because you got people that try to say that. Okay, we prove that the land of Israel is not the daughter of Babylon. The other one that people say is the Vatican. Well, when did the Israelites go into captivity in the Vatican, in the small, tiny island of the Vatican?
Right. That
can fit, what, like 3,000 people at most? What the fuck are these people talking about, man?
Right.
No, the Babylon is known as the great city. Okay, it's a huge area. It's a huge land. Okay, so the main 3 places people try to say Babylon is, it's either America, the land of Israel, or the Vatican. We just knocked out 2 of those options. The only one left is America. And the reason why people do this shit is because they're trying to disassociate America, Babylon, because they don't want this place to get judged.
Right.
Well, fuck you. It's gonna get judged anyway. Right. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Prophecy is prophecy. Get out of your bitch ass emotions and feelings. Read the book as for what it says. I get pissed off with that dumb shit, man.
Yeah, because these people are fucking emotionally invested in America, Babylon the Great, because of what you were saying, how this place is admired, you know what I'm saying, by, you know, collectively everyone.
Right.
You know, that's why a lot of these nations come over here to benefit off of the whore, America, Babylon the Great.
Yep.
You know, so these people, and you know, hence why in Isaiah 14 and 4, it refers to this place as the golden city, all right, a place of prosperity, all right, yep. where you have the Esau, Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of, the self-proclaimed white man, is giving people liberty and license to sin. Liberty meaning freedom. Right. And that liberty gave them, as in freedom, is a license to sin. So that's why they want this place to be destroyed, because they're wicked.
Exactly.
You see,
exactly.
like the brother said, you know, for you fuck you people, man. I mean,
right.
you're gonna you join on. you want to be joined hand in hand with the devil, okay? By having your minds conform to this beast system, you're gonna perish with this system, man. Yep. Because America is Babylon, the Great, plain blank, period. And to further expound on the whole Vatican thing, You know, I was actually in the Vatican a little over 5 years ago, man. And I did a video while I was over there. You know, Freddie going into how there's no way possible that the Vatican could be Babylon. There was a false doctrine by this bug out, from Chicago. He's disappeared now. I'm not going to mention his name.
Of course, right? Because when somebody don't have the Spirit of the Lord on them, what did the Lord say? I am the branches. I'm the vine. You're the branches. Right. Without me, you can do nothing. When the Spirit of the Lord is on, you're gonna fall out. Right. You know, you're not gonna be able to continue. Even if you were once a part of the ministry, you're not gonna be able to continue in it. That's why you have these lukewarm ass niggas. They come in the truth. You know, they doing videos, and then once they get disconnected from GMS, which is really, like I said, GMS is really the only camp of the camp that's really pushing the prophecies. You know, showing who the true men of the Lord are. They start going up against GMS. I guarantee you, within a few months, they're not gonna be on the streets no more. And give it a year, they're not gonna be teaching at all. They go back into the world completely. Because the Spirit of the Lord ain't with you, you're not gonna be able to do this work continuously and consistently.
And one of the dude I'm talking about is former GMS, and it reminds me that precept where I think it was Yahushua that mentioned how, you know, when a man is wicked, you know, seven unclean spirits go into him. Right. It, roughly paraphrasing, you know, 7 is symbolic of completion. Right. You know, so in other words, when you go against the sound doctrine of Yahweh Hashem and Shabbat, going against his true sincere prophets, his men, all right, you're gonna have demons that'll plague your mind and bug you out. Okay, and remove you from the truth, and even put you to death in certain cases, because there's been men that have come against the sound doctrine that have been judged by Yahweh Hashem Shai.
Oh, whole list of them. Whole list of them. These people, you people don't know what the fuck you're playing with. All right, and Salakia, and we're supposed to be teaching a class, but this is a spiritual rant. You people don't know what you're playing with. Okay, you come and you think you're just going up against the products, because a lot of these niggas too, they want to be seen as those guys. They envy, they envy
the authority.
The authority, right? Because people know with GMS, they know there's a certain level of accuracy that's going to come with it, because we're the ones that are mostly we're the ones that are focused on doctrine. If you want to learn about prophecy, you're not going to go to a fucking Christian. He's not going to be able to tell you shit. He doesn't know what's going on. You're going to go, that's why these Christians flood our pages with their scoffing comments. We don't go to Christian videos. We don't give a shit. Only reason we go to the videos is to screen record, so we have edification material to cut down their bullshit. But they come to us and scoff on our videos because really they're coming to see if they can pick up and try to learn what we teach and try to use it against us later. It doesn't fucking work. Right. It's completely stupid. All right, but you people don't know what you're playing with. Okay, like I said, a whole long list of niggas that got beside themselves, talking out their side of their neck, and they got put to death, or they end up in fucking in prison. Okay, something happens to them. The Lord makes a fool out of them. Okay, he shows just how much of a nabal they are. Nabal is the Hebrew word for fool. Okay, so you people don't know what you're playing with. All right, you come on a comment board talking that dumb shit, best believe the curses are up on you, man. You're gonna be fucking destroyed. It's just a matter of time. And that's another thing. I did a video this morning. I can't wait for the judgment to come, just so I can see who the true and who the false are. And I want to see these fucking false prophets get punished, man. Get their asses kicked. Because it's very irritating when you're sincere and serving the Lord to the best of your ability, and you got these fucking niggas that are fighting against what you're trying to do, teaching the word in all sincerity and truth with that bullshit false doctrine, leading people astray. You niggas gonna fucking die, man. All right.
And you're gonna get it the worst, because Yahushua said, he mentioned how those very man of men will be beaten with many more stripes. Yeah.
Yep. Woe to them that scatter the sheep too. But anyways, we gotta get back to the lesson, man. And it's just spiritual rant, bro. That pisses me off, man. But anyways, let's go back. I'm gonna keep reading Isaiah 47, because we got a lot of scriptures to run over. Isaiah 47, okay, and verse 8 says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children." Who else could that be? Okay, that's Americans all the way. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Ain't nothing gonna happen to this place. They dwell carelessly. They live in pleasures, fancy cars, houses, the best of everything. Man, not so much now. The Lord is tearing this place down, but the last 20, 30 years, America was known of as that great city. Everybody comes. That's Babylon, man. that fits the lines of prophecies of Babylon. All right, but guess what? It says, verse 9, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, and it shall come upon thee for the perfection and the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Okay, why? Because you're going to get fucking nuked. Alright, which I'm going to read, skip down to verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves in the power of the flame, neither shall there be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. It's a judgment, man. Okay, and who is, once again, Gog and Magog, okay, which is Russia and the land of Russia, is going to nuke Babylon the Great according to prophecy.
That's right.
Who is the main place that Russia wants to nuke? And the rest of the world? Fucking America, man. Okay? That is further proof. I mean, like I said, just with the really first 2 points, we could close the lesson, but we want to go into full detail so that these niggas and niggettes can't come on the comment board talking their dumb shit.
That's right.
Which they're going to anyways. Mm-hmm. And the Lord's going to fucking kill you, man. Okay? I don't know why. I'm just pissed off.
It's the spirit.
It makes me...
That zeal. You know?
Yeah.
Because it does irritate you, man. You know, because why? We have the spirit of Yahweh. We have the Holy Spirit of Yahweh. Shemashah dwell within us. So we're gonna get aggravated and irritated in the flesh because you have niggas, mainly false prophets, wolves in sheep's clothing, purposely going against the doctrine, even though they were set up to do that, and that's a lot to be destroyed. It still vexes you when you're sincere because we're in this flesh.
It's 2 Ezra 15, 46 through 48. Once again, the world follows after the beast. All right, everyone admires and follows its ways.
Yeah, this is our 2 Ezra 15 and 46, and it says, "And thou, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore said the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai."
All right, the reason I had you read that is because it said Asia has been a partaker in the hope of Babylon. Who do you see following after Esau? All right, these damn Moabites, okay, so-called Chinese. They're the second oppressor. They go over to Africa and they oppress the shit out of people over there, all right, because they're trying to follow behind the so-called white man. Even in America, they call so-called Asians, they call them the model minority, okay, because they're partaking in the hope of Babylon. Okay, they want to be like Esau. They want to be like this place. Okay, really, and they hoping that they're up next, and you're not. You're gonna be fucking destroyed too. Okay, you're not. Hey, the only ones that's gonna make it out of this alive and prosperous are the elect. That's it. Everybody else, okay, 2/3 niggas gonna die. Heathens going into captivity. That's what the Bible says. Hey, don't get mad at us. We just the messengers. All right, if you don't like it, you can fuck off and kick rocks. Okay, that's what the scriptures say is gonna happen. Okay, but anyways, I brought this point out once again. Asia, partaker in the hope of Babylon. These fucking Moabites, so-called Chinese, and all that shit. These Asians, they fucking worship Esau. They want to be like the white man so bad. They kiss the white man's ass all day.
Yep, that's all. They emulate him. That's why they emulate him through their attire. By wearing that Babylonian phallus
suit tie
around their neck, which goes back to fertility goddess worship, including the Roman god of fertility, Priapus. All right, so so you Moabites are not innocent either. Right? Especially remind you of that proud gook, Xi Jinping. All right, when you look at that gook's face, you could tell that he believes that Moab, the modern day Chinese, have next. You don't have next.
Nah.
We're going into captivity too because your forefathers, the Moabites, had our forefathers of Israel enslaved for 18 to 19 years.
Yep. They want to be the next oppressor.
Right.
They partake in the hope of Babylon. They want to be. Esau is the head. So-called white man is the head of the world, and he's the oppressor. And these Asians, they want to be like them too. They want to be able to partake in that. So they think they got next, but all you gonna be destroyed, man. Ain't nobody getting out of this shit, man. All right, except for the elect. Okay, how righteous are we be that number? All right, get Revelation 17. Okay, I'm gonna get this Revelation 18, verses 1 through 3. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heavens, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay, that's the judgment. It's going to be destroyed. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay, that's the main verse, verse number 3. The nations have drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All the world is falling behind America. Okay, Babylon the Great. So the nations have drunk of her wine. They follow her ways, philosophies. You go over to, I had one of the brothers saying he was in the Philippines, and there was women over there just walking around with their noses up, acting stuck up. Where the fuck do you think they learned that from? Mm-hmm. They learned that by watching these American bitches on Instagram and TikTok and all that dumb shit.
Twerking, okay. Being proud, being hyper masculine, because they're drunk off that wine of fornication, that Western philosophy.
That's right. America has pushed this crap, this nonsense throughout the four corners of the earth. And that's why that's exactly what it's talking about. Okay, and it says, and the merchants of the earth, they waxed rich for the abundance of her delicacies. Nations make a lot of money off America. And then the nations, they know they can come to America and make a lot of money. So that's why they don't want this place to fall. Because their hope is in this society. They don't understand the prophecies, man. If you understand the prophecies, you get this place to finger because you know that something better is coming behind it. All right? Now, if you could, brother, get Revelation 17, verses 1 through 5.
Revelation 17, and starting from the top at verse 1, says, And there came out of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, and many governments.
Yep.
All right. It says, With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, which we spoke about.
Yep.
The Western philosophy. It says, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, and the beast, once again, the beast is really NATO and the EU. Okay, that's the Western European power structure. And the whore that sits upon the beast is talking about America, because this place is the head. It sits on top of America. NATO and the EU are controlled by America. Okay, if America doesn't want something, then NATO has to put up with it. All right, that's why it says the whore that sits on top of the beast. Okay, and it says she's dressed in scarlet. Okay, scarlet represents royalty, lavishness, luxury, which is how this place has been presented, since its inception. Okay, the land of dreams, the new promised land, so to speak. All right, get verse 4.
Okay, verse 4 says, And a woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Right, abominations and filthiness. This is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. What do you see in America? This place is full of fucking abominations, man. All right, Moism every damn where. Okay, bundle of sticks, carpet munching. Okay, and it's so damn bad to where, like with the fucking bathroom situations. I identify as a woman, so I'm gonna go out and pull out my big ass dick, and in front of a little girl, because I identify as a woman. You can't say anything about it. Don't judge me. And the God said, "Don't judge." No, he didn't. He said, "Judge righteous judgment." That's all bullshit that America taught you.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be an entire book known as Judges.
Right.
There weren't judges in the scriptures.
Right.
All right. But yeah, they'll scream bloody fucking murder if a man wants to deal with multiple women. But you could be a mo. You could be a fool. You could be a man. And you're looking like Mrs. Doubtfire, with a fucking dress on in a woman's restroom. You're in front of a woman. Rather in front of a young girl.
Right.
All right. And see, this further confirms that America is Babylon the Great, because Babylon means land of confusion.
Right.
But confusion here, man, because everything's been turned upside down.
That's it. That's it. Give her the verse 5 book, sure.
Verse 5 says, And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
That's it, right? The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Mystery Babylon ain't no mystery. It's a mystery to niggas that don't understand prophecy. All right, and I'm gonna read verse 18, and I see you flipping. It says, Revelation 17 and 18, And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Okay, once again, who is the most influential nation of people on earth? The so-called white man. Where is their stronghold? America. And the European nations, they can't even really do anything unless America co-signs it, because America is the American currency. The United States dollar is the world currency reserve. I don't know why. The world currency reserve is based off of the American dollar. All right. In other words, the world reserve currency. That's what I'm trying to say. Salaki. It's based off the American dollar. So America has a lot of power over the nations. It reigns over the nations. The mystery woman. Okay. It's Babylon the Great. All right. So that's plain. So I'm gonna get one more precept and we'll close out. Proverbs 29 and 26. We'll close out with that. All right, Proverbs 29 and 26. And it reads, it says, many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. That's it. Okay, who is the ruler? Esau, so-called white man. What is his? And Esau is associated with the daughter of Babylon as well. Psalms 137. Okay, so, I mean, it's plain. That's another point I could have got. Point number 7 is that, that Esau is associated with the daughter of Babylon, with ruling over it. Okay, where's the main stronghold for the so-called white man? It's America. All right. I mean, that's plain. But, anyways.
And that's why the New World Order is based off of America, Babylon the Great. Right. That's why they set over here these conquistadors and Spaniards and saying of Esau, Edom, the Edomites set over here to an area or land that they refer to as a New World. That doesn't refer to the Vatican,
right,
or any other land except for America.
Exactly, and it's on the back of your dollar bill. Novos Ordo Seclorum. That's a New World Order. Okay, it's on the back of your dollar bill with a fucking pyramid. I mean, with an all-seeing eye. I mean, what more do you want?
Right.
Okay, they're telling you that this is the main place of the New World Order,
right.
The chief city, okay, the headquarters of all the fucking confusion, Babylon. Okay, I mean it's really plain and simple, but niggas complicate shit. Anyways, 3 points we went over. Russia, okay, number 1, Russia's prophesied to go up against Babylon in World War III. Main place Russia's gonna fight against is America, United States. Point number 2, the Israelites would be in Babylon the Great, okay, in the time of the end. This is where the Israelites have woken up, and the main ministry of the Israelites has been pushed up 4 corners of the earth, right here in America. This is where it started. Okay, and then point number 3, Babylon is a nation that everyone admires and follows. Okay, who does everyone in the world, since America's inception, everybody wants to come to America. Gotta come to the United States because better opportunities. It's like the chosen, the promised land of this Western society, okay, of the world. That's how they see it. Okay, nobody else. There's no country in the earth. Nobody says, "Oh, I want to go to India. I want to go live in the Vatican.
Right.
I want to go live in the land of Israel." Okay, nobody says that shit. They say, "I want to come to America," and nobody's following the ways of Israel. Okay, they're following the ways of America. The whole world is following behind American culture, customs. Hey, listen to our music, everything. Okay, so this is Babylon the Great, whether you like it or not. Like I said, if you don't agree, you can fuck off and kick rocks. Alright, we're going to close out with that. Okay, Yahweh Rogers out edifying. As always, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Alright, and Yahweh Rogers out edifying. Until next time, Shalom, and a Bible ball.